Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another reading. For this week we have a full moon. We have a Scorpio full moon happening on the 12th of May, and I'm here with the cards to see what is coming up. It's quite bright today, so please do forgive this lighting here, but I felt like the messages were pouring in, so it was time to film. Okay, first card. Emperor, but reversed. Okay, so I'm going to read this slightly differently because the Emperor card is all about either stepping into your leadership power or, you know, an Emperor figure, maybe that's an authority or someone coming into your life. But this is reversed, and I'm going to take the colors here as well, red, and the planet is Mars here. Symbolism of the Emperor is the stag, and the reason why I'm pointing that out is it is reversed, so that means there's something going on, there is a delay or something like that, or perhaps you might not be stepping into your power, or maybe it's not time yet to step into a leadership role or something, an authoritative role, or for someone who is meant to come into your life. It's just not quite time yet. Let's get another card. The other meaning of that could be that perhaps someone is too attached to having the Emperor, but I don't get that as much. Okay, Page of Wands. Okay, the reason why it's not quite just time yet is because you are very much focused on your career, very much focused on what you're building, or something is being created through you, and it's just the focus is on that. And once you do kind of dive into this passion of yours, or really dive deep into this creation phase, that Emperor sort of card would be no longer reversed, if that makes sense. So what I'm trying to say is that the reason why, you know, the thing that you're wanting in terms of either an Emperor or stepping into a leadership position, maybe there's two different scenarios depending on what is going on in your life at the moment. The reason why it's not coming out is because you're meant to be having fun and diving into this creation phase, and that is what you are meant to be doing right now. It is not about, gosh, the lighting is okay, so it is not quite time yet. That's what I'm saying. And the reason why it's not quite time yet is because you are actually very close to either starting your own thing, diving into a really creative passion project, and once you dive into it, it will come. I can guarantee you it will come. So this week, if there is anything that you can take from this full moon, from this reading, is to dive into your creative passions, to dive fully into what brings you joy. It's time to connect to the sacral chakra and even your root chakra. Ground yourself. You know, it is not necessarily like a time just to daydream, or imagination is different. Daydream is more like you sometimes can lead to procrastination, and that's what we are trying to avoid. And maybe you're procrastinating by thinking thoughts about someone, and sometimes they're not even productive thoughts. You know, there might be thoughts about like someone, why aren't they here, why isn't this thing here, why am I not in this leadership position yet. It's thoughts like that. It's like not unproductive thoughts. So right now is the time to step into your creative powers, really connect with your sacral chakra. It's a great time to connect with your womb and really just try and let your creativity flow through. That's what I'm saying. This is that day, that time at the moment. This week is all about that. Your creative passions, get into the habit of that, or even having this grounding through a structure or routine. For me, I follow an Ayurveda routine, which involves getting up early, doing mantras, meditations, and then I I'm also learning to cook a lot more as well, because you're prepping for something. You're prepping for something that is about to enter your life, especially in June. It's going to be very much more settled. So before that can come, you need grounding, and that grounding can come through your spiritual practices, your routine, your yoga asanas, or whatever you like to do. I went for a run today, so it could be running for you. You know, we are entering the pitta season, which is the, you know, hot weather here, at least in Europe. But wherever you are, it's time to adapt to the season a bit more. We are in transition of a season, wherever you are, northern or southern hemisphere. You know, it because we are in this transition phase. It's just like kind of asking you to really ground yourself in that. That's what I'm getting. So rather than really daydreaming unproductively, and perhaps your thoughts are going more towards why isn't something here, rather than an imaginal act, which actually should be more about a manifestation practice, which allows the thing to come in, where you are just certain that it's going to come in. So you imagine it to strengthen your belief and to create the feeling of just feeling so primed for your manifestation to come in. Say for some of you, it's not quite there yet. It's not primed yet. Maybe that has to do with the fact that you are calling in a partner, and maybe they're with someone else, or maybe you're calling in a leadership position, which you kind of feel like you are, your confidence or your self-trust maybe wavers a bit, and you need to have that unwavering confidence within yourself, and trust that it's going to arrive. That's the whole point of it. It's not necessarily to do with the person. It's not necessarily even to do with the position of leadership that you're going into. For those of you, this is about the career. It's more about grounding yourself enough so that you don't waver. When you're ungrounded, you will waver in your manifestation and what you're calling in. You will have a bit more self-doubt, but when you have certain practices which you follow, those keep you grounded. So that's a big message for someone. Then we did get the Queen of Pentacles. So Queen of Pentacles is all about, beautiful card actually. This is much more, again, I think this is exactly what I was saying. It's all about the groundedness, the routine. I actually said it before I read the card, but the message is exactly that, which is to ground yourself, get your routines and your structure in place. You don't have a structure yet in place, which is why things are even though your manifestations are very close, they are kind of struggling to enter your vicinity in a way, or not even vicinity, but like they're kind of like not able to drop in because you're not quite stable in something, and that requires a spiritual practice to be adopted again and again. Consistency. You need to have a consistency in your routine where you're doing it every day, something every day, you know. So once you have that, these things are going to just drop in very quickly. Ace of Pentacles, beginning of something new. I'm sorry, these cards are going to have to be shown that way. Okay, yeah, beginning of something new. So something is being built, and Ace of Cups, another beginning. Wow. Okay, the message that I'm getting is this Scorpio full moon is all about these new beginnings actually. Even though it's a full moon, we get Ace of Pentacles, beginning of a new money journey, a more passionate project. Ace of Cups is all about opening your heart, and maybe it's a heart-led career that you're going into, or maybe even Ace of Cups can indicate a new romance coming into your life. Queen of Wands, passion projects, all about passion this week. It's all about diving into what allows you to have this creative flow. Really allow yourself to dive deep into that. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. It's a family card. It's a card of like having your own family, wanting that, wanting a stable, wonderful, you know, family unit. And that's something, if you can imagine that in your mind without doubts and without feeling like, gosh, that's never going to happen, that's going to take years. If you can do that without any resistance, great. But if you can't do that without any resistance, that's where you need a bit of grounding. That's why this is reversed. Someone is wanting to enter your life, or maybe, you know, this is more, I get two messages. For someone, this is a partner. For someone, this is a career. The reason why the career or the partner opportunity are not necessarily landing right now, and perhaps you've been wanting it for a while, is because the ungroundedness. And so, as I said, for me, that groundedness looks like diving into my routine and practices. And I can guarantee you this has worked for me like many times. The last time I had like my grounded practice, I did it for a month or two, and literally I can't even tell you, a new career path, a new like relationship all entered pretty much at the same time in my life. And I remember that I was basically in my best shape. Like, you know, I was mentally very good and I was physically feeling very good. So it's like getting those things in order. It's not about reaching a certain size, reaching a certain thing. It's about how you're feeling. And right now your feelings are wavering. And in order to stop that wavering, the best way to do that is really ground yourself. Hanged Man, the delay. Yeah, perhaps that's why there's a delay. Let's check a bit more about that. What is being delayed? What is the delay? And why do we have the delay? Let's get that. Okay. Let's go for why do we have this delay? Oh, beautiful. Why do we have this delay? Empress card. Yeah, again, I get the grounded message. It's literally about the grounding. You're giving birth to something right now. You're really in this, it's time to, connect to your sacral chakra. Really, you're wanting to get into a creative zone. Creative zone and grounding is what is needed. So the delay is now here, this is very much going to be there, you know, your creative flow this week, as I said, to dive into that. But also this needs to be upright. These two go together. They don't go separately, right? So if these two cards are going to be together, let's see. Okay. If these two cards are going to be together upright, what it requires you to do is balance both of these, balancing both of these. Now this week you're doing that, but if you add your spiritual practices and just keep it consistent. By spiritual practices, I mean whether it's meditation, whether you do yoga, whether you even do running, something that allows you to just step into the present, and something that allows you to really connect with Source, God, yourself, whatever it may be. It's that connection that you're looking for. If you can connect yourself to those things, then those parts of yourself, that's going to call it in. And if you can keep that going for 3 weeks or so, at least like even 2 weeks, to be honest, you'll start to notice the differences and things coming into your life. You'll start to see it. And that's what the time is right now, to really ground yourself by stepping into these versions of you. But they go together, they go hand in hand. They can't necessarily exist without the other, because then it's off balance. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. Oh, okay. Why is there a delay? 7 of Cups. I did ask why and what is the delay. So that was the why, and what here is indicating 7 of Cups. Too much choice. You're having too many options. And one example that I'll give is, for me, you know, setting this routine that I am kind of following now, because I'm following an Ayurvedic lifestyle, it's new to me, right? It's new, and for it to really be integrated and for me to just adopt this lifestyle, it's going to take a bit of time because it's a habit forming. So maybe I'm trying to do maybe that's a message for me as well. Maybe I'm trying to do too many things at the same time, too many habits adopting at the same time, then because once I start one thing, the other falls off. So that's the balance I'm trying to reach, and I feel off balance in that. But if you're balanced, things can enter your life, right? The message you're sending to the universe is that, right, I am now balanced. I can handle whatever is coming into my life. You know, perhaps like you're wanting this leadership position. If you're off balance, you're not going to be able to handle that higher level of responsibility. Or if you are, what's the other one? A partner is coming in, you're going to have to be also quite grounded. Oh, excuse me, allergies. You're also going to have to be quite grounded. So in order for that groundedness to be there, gosh, lost my train of thought. You're going to have to be good at like making decisions at this time. So deciding which habit you adopt first, which habit do you adopt next, you know? Give yourself time. Maybe it takes weeks. Maybe it takes a couple of months, right? But these are long-standing habits. That's what we are trying to do. We're trying to have these habits so that they take us forward for the rest of our even lives. You're setting big grounding in your life before the things drop in so that you can hold them. If you are all over the place, like, you know, dillying dallying and switching between things, it's going to be very hard to hold things into your life. Okay. Okay, well, that was a nice flip. Page of Swords, Knight of Cups. Okay, for someone, you've been overthinking for no reason. You've been overthinking for no reason. That's what I'm getting here. Like, you're overthinking about something. And since we did get Knight of Cups, Knight of Cups indicates offer. Now, this could be a romantic offer or could be like a career opportunity. I'm trying to literally find where the light can sustain this. Okay, Knight of Cups is an offer from a romantic offer, or could be like a job opportunity, or it's an offer. And you're overthinking it. You're overthinking about this offer. You're thinking, what else can I learn? What else can I do? You've learned actually quite a lot. This is not necessarily just the learning phase, maybe little bits, but this is not a heavy learning phase right now. The phase that I'm getting right now for a lot of you is going to be about grounding, adopting those routines. Maybe you're just finishing something and you're just taking those things that you are learning and adopting and applying it into your life. That's what I'm getting. So this is perhaps leading you to overthink, okay, what else do I need to do? What else do I learn? And it's not necessarily just about that. It's about allowing things to come into your life. Yeah. Okay, let's get an oracle card. Oh, contentment. Okay. You can learn to rest in what you already have and already are. Suddenly you remember, I am right here resting in God. Those of you who don't see, there you go. Okay, gratitude. Gosh, find the just one thing that you feel grateful for right now and let the gratitude pour through the body. It's a healing balm, like warmth of the sun. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm getting here. Body. It's a message about body. Show me divine. How to love and fully care for this body. Please give me the radiant miracle of accepting my body as it is. Okay, yeah, so this is, I'm really getting the biggest message here is the things that you're wanting are really just around you. And what, it's not necessarily even the phase of imagining it. You probably are quite clear on what you're wanting. It's just that those things can't enter unless you are grounded. Once you're grounded, those things will enter because you're otherwise too unstable to hold those things, right? They, even if they do enter somehow, you know, you one day you're feeling quite good, but they enter in your life, then you're like, oh, I have too much things going on, too many tasks or things like that. It's about managing that. So if something's about to enter your life, it really is, but it's time to ground yourself. That's what I'm getting, the biggest message here. It's so many new beginnings. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. passion projects, really diving into your passion projects. Your creativity is going to be in overflow right now. You are highly creative, highly intelligent, actually, highly in your creation zone. Yeah. Sacral chakra is going to be activated, and that's exactly what you need right now. Exactly what you need. Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm getting here. So, I hope you enjoyed this reading for this week, this full moon. And if you did, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next one.